Ladies and gentlemen, please don't call the FBI because they will try to shut this down and not let you watch this video. We are going to debunk alien, UFO, UAP sightings. We're gonna look at it with our trained VFX eye to see if there's any tomfoolery going on with those pixels. Is it CGI, is it manipulated, or is it the real deal? We're gonna tell you the truth once and for all.
I've got one that might blow your mind, and it just dropped.
Really? We got a fresh one?
Oh, piping hot.
Well, I've got a nuclear power plant story that blew my mind because I couldn't figure it out until then. I did.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Have you guys heard of Racetrack UFOs?
I've heard of Racetrack UFOs.
God, there's something like intentional jankiness in the presentation, but that's not it. Anyways, Racetrack UFOs. The first thing I'm gonna show you guys is a flying triangle off the wing of an airplane.
I was about to say, this looks like it's taken out of the window of an airplane.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, what the?
It's three distinct lights.
As professionals, is this authentic footage or is this manipulated footage?
This appears to be in camera.
Why is that?
There's a few various clues, like the micro shakes of the camera, so the dots and the wing kind of move at the same time. Secondly, the camera goes out of focus on both the dots and the wing at the same time. Those are two artifacts that you would have to intentionally replicate, adding that in manually. Are we looking at internal reflections of the airplane window?
You do see internal reflections of the airplane window, which is the big blue and kind of white spots that happen in the top left of the screen right there. So your instinct of looking for internal reflections or reflections through windows, especially like doubled ones, is smart. But for those reflections to work, they either need to be moving in exact opposite of each other, like you're around a pivot point, mirroring around a pivot point, or moving exactly together. And in this case, their size and shape is changing. One of the things that strikes me about this not being CGI is how much of the screen is just in darkness. So if you were trying to track these dots into real footage, you would have nothing to track and you'd have to do it all by hand, and you would inevitably get some weird jitter. But I'm not seeing any weird motion whatsoever. So let's put a pin in this one. Part of the same family of sightings is the flying disc.
A la verga, güey. Oh, mames, esa madre está perrísima.
And this is a sighting from Jalisco, Mexico.
What the heck?
Yeah, it looked at first like it was rotating, but I think it's just like a linear trajectory of some kind.
Well, let's take another look here because this is a multiple sighting phenomenon.
Is it rotating or is it moving in a direction and just like fading off, you know, tapering off? You're showing these together. Are you saying these are the same type of phenomena?
These are actually all Racetrack UFOs.
What do you mean by Racetrack UFOs? I still haven't gotten an answer on what that means.
I'll give you an answer once you figure out what the heck we're looking at.
Oh, we're looking at cars going around a racetrack, except they're in the sky.
Oh, dude, it's a mountain. It's just dark. They're coming around the corner. I say that jokingly, but that'd be really cool if that worked out.
I honestly...
Wait a minute, is that right?
No.
Oh, that would have been so sick.
All right, here's another one.
Oh, mames, esa madre está perrísima, güey.
See, they're called Racetrack UFOs because pilots are the ones who often report seeing these, and it's like they're racing in circular patterns on the horizon. The time at which all these videos are taken is basically the same. Most pilots report seeing this at dawn flying to the east.
Those are just airplanes.
Those are not airplanes. Those are definitely not airplanes. So a Racetrack UFO is another way of describing a satellite when it's catching the sun from behind the horizon at that exact angle where it glints and then shines a light to a viewer as they're standing on the Earth. And we can demonstrate this really well, actually, using the couch as planet Earth. And would you mind turning on the flashlight on your phone?
Of course.
And putting it, say, on that chair? You think of like a Starlink satellite. A lot of them are oriented facing the Earth. And as it's coming over the Earth, and I'll see if I can ping you with a glint. Can I get you with a glint? So as they come over the Earth, they go, swing. I don't know if I got it. There's an exact angle where if you stand on the planet, that little flat satellite will perfectly capture the sun and glint it off that satellite and right into your eye. And it's a very small area of focus, which leads to the satellite going dark, very bright, and then going dark again. The reason pilots report seeing it to the east when they're flying to the east is because as the sun is rising, those little satellites are coming over the horizon of the planet, catching that little glint, moving out of the way.
Okay, which means going back to the first example, it looks like they're just rotating. They actually are going in a line, because they're literally this constellation of like a dozen or so satellites in a line, and they're going through that small zone where they're reflecting light one after another.
So there's a couple really interesting things in these different viewings. First, let's talk about the spinning disc one. First things first, if you actually spin a disc and you have points on the edge of that disc, the points will appear to get closer together at the sides of that disc when you have perspective coming into play. But in this case, the spinning disc, all the lights stay evenly spaced apart as they come in and out of the light, so it's not a spinning disc, it's actually satellites moving in a line. And those satellites are all oriented the same way, and they're all catching that little brief glint of sun. Now remember, the sun's not shining on a little specific spot, the sun is shining on everything, right? They're just angled in a way where that reflection lines up to your eyeball for only that brief moment of time, just like I demonstrated with my phone here. Now, what you are seeing here is 3 different satellites moving in 3 different directions, and it's just by chance
That's crazy.
that they happen to all catch the light, be oriented the same way, and make a little triangle.
That is crazy timing.
And here's proof. So Mick West has built this tool called SitRec, where you can position yourself and you can see the satellites in a live flight pattern, recreating the moment that you've seen.
That's cool.
For all these Racetrack UFO sightings.
Whoa.
So there's the triangle happening in the bottom right corner, there's the position where it was filmed, and there's the video in the top right corner.
And so we're seeing when they would actually be catching light.
So those flares that you see there, like the big fuzzy balls getting bigger, is the actual program showing you when most of the glint will be happening based on the satellite's orientation. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
There's so many people convinced they're seeing UFOs from all the satellites that are catching light that they had to build this tool to effectively disprove everything. And you can see a great illustration here of like the satellite catching the light, reflecting it into the pilot's eye. Boom, flare, and then it's gone.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh baby, that's debunked for sure.
You know, once again, props to Mick West for like carrying the flag, man, and like creating a community here to like really try to like, not like angrily disprove people, like take the time to show them like, no, here's what's happening, here's the reporting, here's what's happening, and like going through and disproving it.
For the people who saw this phenomena live, it's understandable that they would draw the conclusion that they likely did. Like,
it's crazy.
It looked like a spinning disc for all intents and purposes.
Hey, that's not a UFO, that's an IFO, an identifiable flying object, also known as an airplane, like from today's sponsor, War Thunder. It's the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's completely free. Command over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, from vintage planes to modern jets and cutting-edge tanks. And if you know anything about Corridor, you know we love tanks.
Hi, boys!
What really makes this game stand out is how detailed it gets. There's no health bars, just real simulated damage. You can literally see where a shell entered and what systems it destroyed thanks to their really awesome X-ray damage view that shows you exactly how you took them down. It runs beautifully on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and mobile too, so you can play wherever you go. And with 70 million players around the world, there's always a battle waiting for you, whether you're into arcade action or full sim mode realism. Oh God, I'm getting shot at. Just use the link in the description to play for free. Plus, new or returning players on PC or console get a massive bonus pack that includes multiple premium vehicles, 100,000 Silver Lions, 7 days of premium, and an exclusive Eagle of Valor decorator. But it is only available for a limited time, so act fast and see what real identifiable flying objects actually look like.
Have you guys seen the mysterious floating black ring?
Yes.
No.
I saw one in real life.
What are you talking about? You
In my
okay?
previous life, because it killed me.
So, can somebody tell me what the is this?
Oh, that is the ring. I thought it was circling the ring in the image.
This is really cool. Like, once again, perfect UFO video presentation, right? You got the guy on the side of the road, I'm like, what the heck am I looking at?
It looks like something out of
Arrival.
Arrival, yeah.
That's exactly what this is. This is actually aliens trying to communicate through a new form of writing, just like in Arrival.
I knew it.
So is this VFX?
No, this is real. This is in camera. This is something that can actually be done today. We are looking at fluid dynamics in the atmosphere of a giant explosion. And then it just turns into smoke. But as it's rising, because it's very hot, it starts swirling. You get the same thing with bubbles underwater.
And here's an example of that ring being created in real life.
Yeah. I'm watching the smoke.
That is cool. It's crazy how it got darker though as it kept going up.
What you're likely seeing in the other clip is a transformer popping.
Oh, yes. Yes.
In fact, there's a clip here from shortly after a transformer was popped in India, I think, and it has the exact same effect.
Here's the thing, you know what I just thought of? If you're gonna fake a UFO video, you should totally take one of these ones where real scared people are filming real unknown phenomena, just track it. Because it's always the motion that gives it away, right? It's like so intentional. Do this.
No, you're right, because other people would also be like, hey, what is that? And like looking at it.
Yeah.
And this one like nails that. It's a really neat phenomenon, and now you guys know what causes those mysterious black smoke rings that you see all the time in the air. Hey, you guys want to watch the ghost one?
I want to
on the
watch
doc.
a ghost story.
I know this is UFOs, but we also look at a ghost clip on the website. A woman and her cows and her dead grandparents and her 9 dead cats. And we debunked that on corridordigital.com.
It's low-key kind of amazing, too.
Yeah.
It's a great story. But you can only watch that one on corridordigital.com. There's also an app. Search our name on the App Store.
It's only $3.99 a month.
All right,
Orbs.
orbs. I'm about to show you a real, unidentified orb.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a good orb right here.
Orbular.
Look at this. You could make an HDRI with this orb.
Are we looking at a visual effect or are we looking at something in camera?
This could be a visual effect right now. There's something that's hitting me about the shot. There's something that's bumping me. And that is the keyframed handheld nature of it. It might not be. It could be stabilized lens, but oof.
Yeah,
Boy,
it's
does it
those
feel.
sharp linear keyframes. But yeah, I mean, are they trying to maybe stabilize in a brute force way? Although, you know, the second that you take it into a program to affect the video, already you've added some stink to the pile.
If you look at the black crane on the left, and you see that highlighted line from the sharpening filter, you see how big that white line is? I don't see that same kind of sharpening artifact on the orb. There's a small piece of black something that's effectively the same size as the orb, and yeah, look how much sharpening artifact is on there. Not saying it's VFX yet, but it's definitely like ringing a few VFX bells. And the thing is, if this camera motion was added after the fact, then you don't need to do any tracking. You just plop it in the shot, kind of get the levels to match, try to get your sharpening to match, but maybe not quite because you didn't quite figure it out. And then you add your post-camera zoom, which is all like keyframed and moving around.
So I'm kind of on the same page with you guys. I agree. I don't think this is real. I think this actually might be a visual effect. But next is an example that I want to get your opinion on.
Oh, we have the pop to the other lens. It's really nice. Can we see that again?
This is a good one.
This is yummy.
But look how it's just booking it. And it kind of changes direction a little bit. Now it's going up.
Whoa, this is a fun video. That's too much to track. What are you really gonna hold on to? When you're zooming in and out, first of all, you're zooming from the zoom lens and it's popping out to the other lenses. That's a whole challenge you probably wouldn't want to unpack. But also, as it's moving through the landscape, like, what are you holding onto to maintain that plane? I guess he's not really moving in terms of parallax, he's just moving from a stationary location. But when you're trying to track a specific object in the scene, what are you tracking? A piece of the cloud that is evolving over time? Maybe it's static enough to get by. If your main object is moving quick enough, you won't notice the difference there. But all of these leaves are moving to some capacity, which makes tracking them kind of useless. It's just the way that he's trying to catch it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's operated with nothing there. It feels like it is operated truly trying to catch something. I would say operating a camera like that is harder than acting like you're seeing something that isn't there.
The fact that like when it pops different lenses and the color change happens, just there's a slight color change and it matches that on the ball is very compelling to have it feel like it was shot in camera. This feels like a balloon though. Does the video go any further than that, or does it end basically there?
It ends basically there.
Because that's another thing, a little bit of a flag where it's like, if that was a crazy UFO, they'd probably have like the full shot. They wouldn't just clip off beginnings and ends, which leads me to believe that shortly after it does a little balloon thing where you go, oh, that's a balloon.
It
and
pops,
they clip
it
that
literally
off so you don't see it. Yeah.
So here's the thing though. This was a few weeks after the Buga sphere. Buga is the name of a city in Colombia.
Interestelar, con Jaime Maussan.
Esto es Interestelar.
Oh,
This guy.
I was about to ask, do you
Oh,
remember this
really?
guy? It's kind of wild, but this guy is a nut. You remember him from the
Yeah, the mummies.
mummies,
yeah.
the little mummy dolls that were actually just a bunch of bones glued together?
100%. Well, now that this guy's involved.
Mira cómo alumbra de varios colores. Eso es como metálico, ¿cierto?
For me to like be into this and like think it's aliens, like it needs to do something. It can't just do what a balloon or a bubble does, but not look like a balloon. It's like, well, okay, but it might just be a weird looking balloon. You know, it's gotta be more than that.
That's a good point, because if it is intelligent life that has made it all the way over here, it wouldn't just kind of be doing loop-de-loops. Like,
yeah.
It would be probably have like a goal or purpose or direction.
So here's more example of the balloon flying around, sorry, the booga sphere flying around, and eventually it lands. Now, I was waiting for this guy to pick it up.
Yeah, you gotta pick it up.
You gotta pick it up.
You notice how they cut to the camera already set up and looking at it, and they have this guy enter frame?
You involve someone who's already been caught with fraud, like I'm already out.
Point the camera at it.
Point the camera at, do not, no, you don't cut, you do not cut.
Bull.
Now we're talking.
The camera guy sets himself up first to get the shot of the guy walking in to grab it, but he can't bother to get the shot and picking it up, or the guy walking away with it. I'm calling it, that's a yoga ball.
This is what they found that fell out of the sky, supposedly. I skipped through a lot of this. This is a freaking 26-minute video, but he goes through some analysis. Apparently, it was cold. They're pouring hot water on it, and yet it is still cold to the touch.
First of all, there was no pattern like that on the freaking balloon. We would have seen it in the specular.
This is at the very least a hand-fabricated thing. This is not something you could just buy off of Amazon. Someone made this.
Oh my God. What are they doing?
Another university is about to lose accreditation.
Like, I know what those tools do. It's a soldering iron.
I paused and I was like, all right, that's a soldering iron, that's a power supply.
Ah, the magnifying glass here to flip it over. And she's pointing.
You see it? I can see it here.
Like, ugh, I hate this kind of stuff. It's obvious. It's so obvious.
Yeah, he made his mummies out of paper mache. Cause that alone, like, I'm sorry, bro, it's over. If you find real alien footage, don't give it to him. It's tainted at that point.
So the first one, probably digital. Second one, most likely real. But this one, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yo. That is a freaking orb.
That looks like an airplane behind that.
Yeah,
light.
something's following it.
It's a helicopter tailing a sphere, according to the poster of this video.
First question, is the second light added digitally?
I would say no.
I would also say no.
Do you see how that
Yeah,
smeary?
stretch and motion blur.
I mean, look at that, that's immaculate. And you got that bright hot spot
That
even in the
same
motion blur streak.
subframe motion blur.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like, the detailing, that's not a linear motion blur, that has detail in it. So it's in camera.
Could also be a second helicopter with its spotlight on.
You clearly do not see any helicopter spotlight itself. If a helicopter's got a spotlight on, you can still see the cone of light from it, even if it's not pointed directly at the camera.
Yeah, I don't really know what this is. And it's not doing anything like inhuman or like technologically advanced, so I'm not inclined to say it's an alien. But I don't think it's VFX, and I don't think it's just like another airplane. I could see it being something they're filming. And if a helicopter is following it that closely and that perfectly, the helicopter is likely coordinated, and they're probably filming. Because you don't have to follow that closely if you're just gonna tail something. You do follow that closely when you got your camera on a gimbal and you wanna get a cool shot of it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely unidentified.
This is an unidentified one. I don't know what this is.
That's UFO, heck yeah.
There's one more orb video that I honestly could not figure out. Okay, so what we're looking at is a nuclear power plant in Japan. We're seeing a bunch of drones or orbs or something in the sky.
These are airplanes flying into the airport.
There is no airport near this place, by the way.
Based on how fast that light is strobing on that building, this is sped up footage. I have to be inclined to say we're just looking at airplanes.
I will tell you, they are not airplanes. What is that?
Whoa, what is that? Wait a minute, I figured it out. I was thinking that we're just seeing reflections in a window.
Aren't we seeing that kick up off the top of the water?
Oh, that's something up close that's causing, it's either out of focus, causing some sort of weird reflection. Yeah, that's not light shining on the background. Don't be fooled by the cone and the appearance of like a light shining a helicopter shining a spotlight down on the ground. That's definitely not what we're seeing. All right, keep going. Is this a miniature?
No. What Niko just described is exactly what it is.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
That is a helicopter shining light down on the ground? Oh, wait. I see it now. I see it now.
They're boats!
Hey!
They're boats!
Hey! Oh, finally being fooled pays off.
Niko's like, it's definitely not a helicopter shining its light at the ground. And it's like, it was actually exactly a helicopter shining its light down at the water.
Delete that clip. Delete that clip. Don't put that out. Don't undermine my professional credibility.
The reason why this works as an illusion is because you assume you're viewing something from roughly the same altitude as the actual power plant, whereas in reality, the camera is up on the mountain from a webcam. And so we're looking down at not just the power plant, but the ocean beyond it. So we're just seeing a bunch of boats and ships in the background just slowly going back and forth.
That makes a lot of sense. It's just boats scooting back and forth.
But I was stumped. I was like, I don't know what those could be. Are they drones? They might be drones flying around inspecting the power plant. That was what people were assuming.
From the right angle, ocean is sky. Holy crap.
So going back to that shot.
Yeah, you can see some of the detail of the ocean.
You called it when you said it's a reflection of the light off the water.
Yeah, I looked at him. I was like, you knew it was
I
water?
thought it was such a bad guess that you started laughing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Mystery solved. Wait, what is this? 1 million alien sightings, 5,200 abductions, and new subscribers, 290,000. What is this?
It's a subscription push to subscribe to Corridor Crew. All right, next frame.
Wait, no, hold up.
You didn't hold up. Explain it. Wait, are we in the push? Is this the push?
What do you mean 290,000 new subscribers?
Yeah, that's how many we're gonna get from this video.
Wait, is subscribe on the screen right now?
I hope so.
Oh, shoot. You should do it then. Do it. I mean, you boys have brought some fantastic clips.
Thank you, Jordan.
And whoa, that was terrifying. And I want to continue in that same vein. We'll start with the first clip here. And this is more of an appetizer for the group.
Ooh, ooh.
What the heck?
Oh, they're big.
Are those the
getting
spaceships
bigger.
from Arrival? Woo. Oh my God, okay. Yes, all right, that's what's up. We're finally seeing some legit visual effects, all right.
You know, it's pretty fun until it VFX its way out of there.
Okay, so you guys think this is VFX. You're calling balloons.
Yes.
Easy.
Okay, what makes this so stinking easy to spot?
The hand of the animator shines proudly here when they animate those little things to zip up out of the frame in a way that I can just see the keyframes. I can just see the motion. In the
Also, a
keyframes.
little smoke poof.
Yeah.
Color, the compression, all pretty good. The compositing, pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just that VFX animation, man. It's the After Effects keyframes, dude. I can just feel it. But also, it's really the motion is just too fast. The person with the camera reacts too quickly to it.
Yeah.
That's always a give, isn't it?
It's too much of a straight line. There's not enough reaction around it.
It's interesting you're talking about the reflexes because that's something you guys have tested on this couch before with Sam. And he told Nick what direction he was going and that he was about to go. And Nick was much slower than this guy. This guy has apparently, I guess, been watching these ships for a while with no indication that they're going to move at all, let alone what direction they're gonna move in. And for him to be so quick to follow is, he must be an F1 driver or something.
No, the aliens are just broadcasting over their speaker and 3, 2, 1, launch.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't have sound, so.
And then the little smoke puff that it leaves is just like screen mode, so it ends up being brighter than the clouds behind it, which just is physically impossible and not the correct way to composite smoke.
It would have been more believable to me without the smoke puff. It was 100% just the smoke puff that solidifies this as fake to me.
Do you know what's an underrated aspect of the fakery here? It's the perfectly anchored zoom, right to the center. That's actually really hard to do. There's no overcorrection or fixing to get the object of interest back in the center of frame. I dare you to try this at home. Take your phone and try to zoom in on a faraway object and try to get it perfectly dead center in frame without any correction. Keep in mind, this is handheld. And not only that, but they're also fighting against the fear of God that is inside of them because they're watching aliens. Okay, they're not calm. They're panicked out of their minds.
Also, I'm now convinced this is actually a photo and we're looking at 100% just wiggle in After
Yeah,
Effects.
because there's way too much roll on the camera.
Yeah, the roll is what was given it away to me. It's like there's constantly like a 1 or 2 degree wiggle, just constantly going back and forth.
You know what's interesting about that too? Is that the amplitude of that shake is the exact same when zoomed out as it is when zoomed in. If you zoom in, guess what? Those micro jitters of your hand or whatever's moving the camera, you're gonna feel them a lot more.
These programs all calculate their random directions in different ways, but a way that they frequently do it is by stacking sine waves. So you have one sine wave that's going back and forth at a certain amplitude, and you have another one that's a different amplitude and a different frequency. And when the two combine, you get kind of those interfering waves where you have bigger spikes and bigger valleys. But you can still see kind of the individual frequencies a little bit. And you don't get the true random motion that you do in real life, which is such a different kind of motion than having a program kind of like pick random points.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like it has to wobble like it's on the ocean for some reason when it's using a filter like this. Look, if you're gonna do a fake UFO shot, just take your phone out and film a piece of paper on a wall, grab the tracking data, and apply it to your UFO shot.
Yeah, honestly.
Real handheld camera motion just beats the fake stuff any day.
Well, you guys debunked this one pretty hard, right? This was the appetizer, because hot off the press, we have a piping hot, brand new military WAP drop. And again, we're talking, this is like a week old, okay?
Oh, really?
So I wanna get your guys' eyes on this ASAP.
Okay, yeah, that was it. This looks like I'm looking at inversed infrared footage.
And we're looking at a spotlight going across the clouds, but because it's inverse, it's dark.
Now this footage was released by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. He's in the space, okay? He makes documentaries about UFOs and stuff. And this is purported to be military footage. Now, to be clear, this has yet to be verified by the Pentagon, but he assures us that this is 100% guaranteed military footage.
Whatever.
For the sake of this, I'm taking his word for it.
We're gonna take his word for it. So with that said, there's another view of this thing that makes it a little clearer for us.
Is that a balloon?
That just looks like another orb
Is that
again.
another balloon? He's all wobbly. Ugh.
No, this is new footage that the military released.
It's a balloon! It's spinning end over end! I can see it!
Hold on. We're definitely seeing a strong specular highlight on the underside. And that specular is being blocked by the clouds, so we can kind of see it's going through the clouds to some degree. But yeah, it's moving in like a linear path. Really, the deduction is balloon. What kind of balloons would want to fly over a military base? What comes to mind?
Weather balloon, observation balloon,
Weather
Chinese spy
balloon.
balloon.
Ah,
Oh.
that's what I was thinking too. Some kind of spy balloon.
Okay.
The problem is, this is what spy balloons look like. Unless, of course, you're looking at them from the bottom. In which case, they look like that. Now, I'm no expert, and this certainly isn't proof, but if we overlay, I'm not saying this is proof, I'm just saying, if this was a spy balloon, they produce a minuscule infrared signature and also have a minimal radar return.
I will say from the footage, it just looks to me like a regular sized balloon close to the camera, just drifting across the screen. Guys like this,
If it's really
he black and whited it, he inverted it, flipped it upside down, and a balloon flew across the camera.
Niko, this is going on national tours right now.
What do you mean this is going on tours?
I mean, Jeremy's going on tours with this clip right now. This is popping off right now. So I wanted to bring it to the masters here.
I guess I appreciate the hustle, but there's no substance here.
I hate balloon themed hoaxes. I just want my balloons to be pure and innocent like they should be.
I thought we had something here. Jeremy, I did my best. Now these guys were completely unmoved by the newest and hottest UFO footage. If you've got anything that you think will stir their cold souls, leave a comment down below, or hit us at our UFO dedicated email, right here.
I want to give a big shout out to everybody who sent us clips. I also want to give a big shout out to Mick West for his awesome UFO debunks that he does. If you guys want more of this, you should also check out his channel.
And don't forget to check out War Thunder. It's free to play, and if you're a new player or even a returning player who hasn't played in 6 months, you can get a really cool bonus pack that's got some new vehicles and some in-game currency, but you gotta act fast to get it, so check the link in the description, and thanks for watching. See you next time.